From elections to abductions, treason charges to electric tricycles, this week, Africa is raising serious fundamental questions about power, freedom, and who gets left behind. This is Africa in 5. One continent, 5 headlines. My name is MJ, and this is Kokoliko Media. So here are my top 5 stories from across the African continent that are making headlines this week. Brice Nguema, who led a coup last year, has officially been elected president of Gabon, winning over 90% of the votes cast. This is according to the official results that have been released. In a recent interview with Al Jazeera, the president-elect said he is committed to restoring dignity to the people. Critics argue that this recent turn of events blurs the lines between military rule and democracy. For our second story, we go to Tanzania, where the opposition leader Tundu Lissu has been charged with treason for speaking out and calling for electoral reforms in the country at a public rally. His lawyers argue that this move is politically motivated and convenient for the ruling party, given the elections have been scheduled to take place in the country this year in October. This matters because treason charges against a leading opposition political voice casts a shadow on Tanzania's democratic credibility. For our third story, we go to Kenya, where reportedly about 80 government critics have reportedly been abducted, with a majority of them still missing. Human rights groups say government agents are behind these disappearances. This story is tragic because when fear becomes a political tool, democracy is no longer safe. For our next story, we travel to Zimbabwe, where the government has passed a new law that grants the government power to deregister a registered NGO that they deem to be politically partisan. Human rights groups say this is a direct attack on civic space, while the European Union has responded by cutting 2025 funding for Zimbabwe's good governance programs. For my final story, we stay in Zimbabwe, where a startup is trying to reshape the electric vehicle space, not by focusing on men in urban areas, but women in rural settings. Mobility for Africa is rolling out electric tricycles designed for women who need safe, stable transport on rough roads. Their 77% female customer base says this is liberation on wheels. If Africa's clean energy revolution excludes women, it's not a revolution, it's just another inequality. But this could change the game. And that was your Africa in 5. One continent, 5 headlines. My name is MJ, and thank you so much for watching, and please remember to subscribe.